How you doing, folks? I'm Dan from TheBreakdown, and today I'm joined by
Sam.
And John from Architects. I play guitar.
And I sing.
Thanks for being with us, guys. Your most recent album is Hollow Crown. Tell us a little bit about the idea behind Hollow Crown and the message you want to get to your fans.
We recorded Hollow Crown, yes,
A couple of years ago?
Yeah.
Don't know. Maybe more.
yeah, and in Reading, and it was fun going and doing that because we'd done Ruin before, and I didn't really know what I was doing on Ruin, and musically we developed a lot. I mean, there was not really like a huge message behind it, other than the fact that we wanted to write like a really awesome record and try and do something special. There was at the time there was a lot of bands that were doing really well off like really bad music. And I guess some of the lyrical content is based upon that, and the title as well, Hollow Crown. Like it's kind of like these people walk around with these like false crowns, like they work for nothing.
Empty pride almost.
Yeah, work for nothing and get everything, and we at that time we felt like we were touring harder than anyone else and working really hard, and almost felt like we weren't really getting anywhere. So that was kind of the meaning behind the record.
You guys have been on the Cool Tour now for about a month or so. How was the reaction from fans? And also, I mean, you've been to the States before, but how would you say the reaction to fans to metal music is different in the States versus the UK? If there is a difference.
I think in the States, I think so many tours and so many shows happen all the time that I almost feel like some bands may get neglected because there's other bands coming through next week, or it's busy. I feel like in the UK there's a lot more appreciation because there's a lot less bands and a lot less tours coming through the UK. But America's awesome. You can tell that America loves heavy music, but there's just a lot of heavy music happening.
It's probably harder to get noticed here because it's just so saturated with bands and music, which isn't like necessarily a bad thing. It's cool. There's lots of people wanting to make music about and stuff, but
It's just very competitive, isn't it?
very competitive. Yeah, exactly. But shows on this have been really cool, and like playing some big venues, and like we're still starting out here, I guess. So like we kind of take any level of reaction, like we don't take it for granted. You know what I mean? Like if there's just like 3 kids in the crowd singing along, then that's enough to make me stoked.
Is it still something you enjoy, and is this what you hoped it would be? Is the touring life what you hoped it would be? Is it still fun to do, or does it feel like a job sometimes?
Every now and again.
Every now and again, yeah.
But there's always fun times.
Yeah.
Like it's when you first start, it's like it was the most insanely every day was an adventure, and like just like I just turned 18 and being just out of like my town, was like so exciting, and being with your friends and getting given free booze every night or whatever is just obviously that kind of the magic of that kind of gets watered down a little bit after you've done it like for months and months. So, but in saying that, like I still have great times touring. I love touring. I love playing shows, and I love being on the road and stuff. But writing music that's the first bit. That's the most important bit. Like this is the result of that. We don't write music so that we can tour. We kind of tour so that we can carry on writing music.
Yeah. Isn't that the biggest payoff almost from when you guys get up there to play music and you're putting everything that you can into this night after night? Is that the biggest reward you can get, to look out in the crowd and know that there's somebody else out there who may be dealing with whatever some of the same circumstances, and they're singing along with your music and identifying with it?
Definitely. I mean, we're the kind of band that we would rather go on stage and see like hundreds of people singing along rather than hundreds of people watching, or like moving around. Like I'd rather see a venue packed full of people with their hands in the air singing every word than a venue full of people like
moshing
and stuff. Like I get more excited when I see people singing along.
Definitely.
You guys said you've been writing a new record. How long ago have you written it? Can you give us the details of when fans can expect to hear some new music?
We just finished recording it in Orange County with Steve Evans, probably maybe 6 weeks ago, and it's all been finished up now, mastered and all that stuff, and I think we're gonna try and get like a song with a video out for around October, and then hopefully the record will come out in January.
What can fans get from this album that you think is different from the previous ones that you guys have worked on, whether it's musically or you talked about lyrically, maybe a little bit different? How is it a progression from Hollow Crown?
Musically, I mean, it's a definite.
It's more melodic.
Yeah.
It's not as metal influenced.
Yeah.
I mean that's the most noticeable thing, is it's just more melodic, and it's not so. It's still like got heavy stuff on there, but it's just not as like horns up in the air sort of kind of thing, I guess. Yeah. But it's definitely still got big elements of our previous sound in this, and there's definitely hints on our last record of where we've gone. You know what I mean? It was kind of set up, I guess. So, but I think quite a few people will be a bit surprised. Maybe some people might find it too far off for their taste, but then maybe some other people that.
But is that something you find as a musician that's important, that when you guys get in the studio that you push yourselves musically and that you push the band musically in a certain direction?
Yeah.
And how good is it when you have an idea in your head but you get to see it come to fruition? Like, how does that feel?
It's an insane feeling when something comes together exactly how you want it to, but at the same time there's some instances where it doesn't come together the same way, but there's always shining parts on the record that you're going to be really happy with. But
the thing is, we're so critical of when you put something together and it's going to shape the next 3 years of your life.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to, it's so stressful, and so like you want to get it exactly right, and if it's not exactly as it is in your head, it's kind of hard to swallow, even though it's still, from someone else's outside point of view, they don't know what the original image, like original idea was. So it's not necessarily like they're listening to it going, oh, that sucks. Like, it's just, it is what it is kind of thing, So
I think another important thing is the important thing about this record is, as Tom said, we have to tour this record for the next 3 or so years. So the important thing is to us is for us to go into a studio and to write music that all 5 of us love, because there'll be no point in. That's the thing that Architects has always done. We've always written music that we enjoy, and I think a lot of bands write music that they don't enjoy nowadays. But we're extremely proud of the record, and we can't wait to be able to play some of it live and see how it goes down. That's the excitement.
Great. For fans who may be unfamiliar with your band and your music, where can they go right now, or what is one song that they could go listen to that you feel like would encompass Architects?
I mean, probably I would say like Follow the Water or something like that off our last record, and that's like on our MySpace page or whatever. I think that kind of got elements of everything that we do, the heavy side and the melodic side, and that's one of my favourite songs of our last record for sure.
Alright, so you guys are going to be out on the Cool Tour for the next week or so. Do you have touring plans after that, and where can fans see you guys?
After that, we're going up to Canada for 3 weeks, so we'll be dotting around everywhere in Canada. So, and then after that, we go home for a month, and then we do a UK headline tour, and then we've got some more plans and stuff, but they can't be announced.
I think, something like that, yeah.
Some more states actually.
States, Australia, and then I don't know. After that, then it's the New Year.
Cool. Well, appreciate you guys being with us. We look forward to hearing your new music. To check out the band, make sure you go myspace.com/Architects UK. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Architects UK. You can find Hollow Crown. You can find the music from Hollow Crown there. And make sure to check out their new music coming around the end of the year, and the new album that'll be out early next year.
Yeah.
Around that time frame.
January,
Cool. Thanks for being with us, guys. We appreciate it, and we'll see you next time, all right?
Cool.